What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this one I'm going to teach you how to write product reviews for Amazon affiliate websites. Okay, so if you're building an Amazon affiliate website, you're going to need to know how to actually write the reviews so they convert well. Now, I've been doing obviously affiliate marketing for quite some time now, so I've built up a bit of knowledge on how to write the reviews, and I'm able to do it over and over and over and get consistent high conversions. The way I actually do it is by using a template. Now, this is a template that I've generated and I've put together specifically for you in this tutorial. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to jump onto the computer and I'm going to show you exactly how I go about writing the content. And I'm also going to show you an actual piece of content that I've written on my website that you can take a look at and really understand exactly how you need to be approaching this in the first place. So to see the template and everything else, we need to hop onto the computer. So let's get straight onto it. Okay, brilliant. So what I'm going to show you here is just a template that I actually designed in Photoshop from scratch. So I didn't use any tools or fancy infographic online softwares. I created this all from scratch just to put that in there. But no, basically what this is the perfect product review template. Now, I've been using this again and again and again on my site, and there's a reason behind why it works. It's not because I've kind of taken a cookie cutter approach, and what that is just, when they're exactly the same. But what it is that it's the actual reasoning and the method behind how I actually put this together in the first place. And because of the way that I, put it together and the way that I write the content, it makes it different every single time. Now, just to give you an idea of where I actually got this kind of template from, it was from a website called 10beast. Now, many of you may know the website. I was fascinated with how the website had such high conversions, and it looks so different to quite a lot of sites that I saw. Even though it was a product review website, I saw the content and it doesn't look very kind of pushy or salesy, even though it had quite a few buttons and whatnot. Yeah, so I liked the layout, and this is essentially how my sites look, like very similar to this. Now, what you need to understand is there's different pages and different keywords that you target on a website. So one page might look like this, and then you might do an informational post that looks completely just like this, without all the buttons and all of that stuff. Okay, so in those kind of posts, you would be doing these kind of links. Can you see? So these are inline text links. Okay, so this is what you'd need to be doing inside of your informational articles. So when you see people who are saying, build a website on info posts, they're talking about doing this and then putting links like this inside. Okay, so you can see obviously they're linking to another comparison there, and then this is actually to Amazon, I believe. Yeah, okay, just to another post. So you can see that one looked quite informational actually. No, it's still a product review. Anyway, so one of the first most important things that really jumps out to me is the image that's used here is basically an image of how the product looks when the customer has it. So you see down here, they've got these images which are just taken from Amazon. These are the product review images. Well, in this top image, it needs to be the finished product. So for example, I've got a dog website. So any kind of post that I do up here, like say, for example, if I'm going to do, I don't know, I just recently done one for dog houses. Okay. So what I would do is I would say like dog house. Yeah. And then I would basically search that, do an image search. Let's just take a look. I'll show you tools, user rights. So this is labeled for reuse. So that means it's, copyright. You're entitled to reuse it. And then you can see here, look, that's like a good image. So that's how it's going to look once they've got it. Now, that's not like really that good. It's not this one here, but something like that. See, that's perfect. So you can see the dog in the house. Okay, now that's obviously at a show or something like that. So you could even go a bit better than that, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, so if someone, that's it, perfect, exactly like this. So this is actually one of the dog houses I reviewed as well. So you can see here, this is a free image, but that's not the point of this video. What I'm showing you here is basically the dog is just like relaxed on the house, and what it is I believe that plays a trick on the customer's mind. So like when they see it, when you can picture yourself, like when you see a new jacket in the shop or something, and you can almost picture yourself wearing it, like, so you're like, or if you see someone else with it and then you picture yourself with having it, or those pair of shoes. Well, that's just a quick kind of psychological trick to basically entice the reader to make the decision and say, they're definitely getting it today. Okay, so the next thing is the image is positioned on the right hand side, so it's not actually a full text image. Now the reason why I like this technique is because it gives a good entry point for the reader to start reading the text, because most people, even for yourself, when you come in, you usually go like this. You scroll through and you're like, okay, what's this about? Okay, and then you come up to the top and start reading if it's good. If you don't find something here that kind of, you know, says you want to read, then you ain't even going to go back to the top. You probably click off, you know. So it's first of all, you kind of skip and scroll through the page, and then you decide if you're going to read it. So anyway, what you want to do here is this needs to be fun and friendly, okay, and tell the reader that they're in the right place. Now if you don't tell them they're in the right place, then they don't believe that you have the answer. Okay, so from here, let's go back to my product review template. You can see introduction is make this a fun, friendly introduction, yeah, that tells the reader they're in the right place to get the answers. So example, after searching around for months on end, I finally came across a few products that blew me away. Today I'll be sharing how I solved XYZ problem and the products that helped me to do so. See, so I'm just giving you an example of exactly how you should be, you know, introducing your article to the reader. Okay, and then you've got this image should include a person or thing, you know, using the product, so the reader can relate to the image, okay, and see themselves using it too. So you can see, you know, this has a person. So if I was like a middle-aged guy coming onto this site, you know, that kayaks, and I've got a dog, you know, or not even without a dog, sorry, I'm focused on dogs right now, but you know, just a dog, it looks very natural. This is like a guy who kayaks, probably has some pets and whatever, very outdoor person. So they're going to come in here and see this and be like, yep, I'm definitely getting a kayak today. You know, it just gives you that reinforcement. I would say it's positive reinforcement, if anything. Okay, so just after that, they've got the content. So I do that just above the first headline of text, but you can manually put this in. So that's what they've done there. And that's obviously a little bit more work on each of your posts, but that's fine to do so. So where I've got it here is just above the first header. Okay, so this header, this here would have a header, sorry. So this would say like 10 best, whatever. I've got to add that in. So that needs to go in. But this would say 10 best or 5 best, you know, whatever it is, yeah, whatever you're reviewing. So the first things first is you need to have a best by keyword if you're doing a review. Like, you know, I assume that you already know that if you're watching this video, but what you need to do is have a best this or a certain product name review. So like, you know, headphones Beats 2000 review, you know, here's my thoughts, or whatever, you know, is it for you, all of those kind of things. And the way you figure out the headline to use is by simply googling like something very similar to your niche. So just say, instead of best kayak, let's say best canoe. How do you spell that? Even canoe boat or something. How do you spell canoe boat? So let's just take a look. Best small boats for fishing. Okay, so look, then you can see what titles are working there. So even though that's about kayaks, you can see obviously fishing boats. What are your options? So that's a good one. Or you've got best fishing boats, blah blah blah. Look, so all of these fishing boats to buy right now, fishing boats under 10,000. So all of those things can, you know, help you to improve the way that you title your buffer on the end of your keyword. Okay, because you're going to put your keyword right jammed in the left hand side, and then you can buff it up with 2019 or, you know, whatever else you want to put there. So this is for ocean and lakes. Yeah, so there must be people looking for that. Okay, so straight away we're going to come in with some text, and to the left, this basically makes it easier to read. When you see like long pieces of text, it can look like a big slab. So when you've got it like kind of jammed on the left, especially when you're on mobile as well, it can look really nice. So if we were to just inspect this page, you can see how it looks on mobile. So that's how it kind of comes out. Okay, so we can see here, very, very nice still, you know, got a bit of text on the left there, and then you come down into the post, it looks very nice and appealing, and then you come into these product reviews, which we're going to get stuck into in a second. Okay, so basically when you come down, the next following section is you're going to have obviously like another image. That's what they've got here. Yeah, so you can either have an image there, or you can go straight into your plugins. Now this plugin is called AAWP. Now this is one of the best plugins I've ever used, honestly. It's increased my conversions by about 40% across my website. Yeah, it's insane, like, because what it is it allows people to see the top 10 results on Amazon currently, and it pulls it live like day by day, so you don't have to do anything. Once you set it up, you forget it, and if this becomes number 3, then it will move it there automatically, you know, like, and it gives an exact customer review, an average customer review based on what's happening currently on Amazon. So it gives like an accurate kind of, you know, understanding for this. Now they haven't done anything like top whatever, so you don't have to title it. You can, you know, if you choose not to, then that's cool. But as you can see, what the idea is, when you come into the entry point, you want to have an image on the right, and then you have an optional image here, and that would be full width. Okay, and then after that you continue on to the next part. Now with the introduction, you're introducing to say that you've got the answer, which we've gone over. And then obviously we want to get to the plugin as soon as possible, because as soon as they get here, they're going to click, they're off to Amazon, and that's a sell. Okay. Now what I actually do differently to this site, because this might throw you off a bit, what I'm going to go through is my product review, but what I do a little bit differently to them, and what I found to work for my niche on my site, is I basically give them what they want. So straight away I say, and the way you put this together is you say, just to give you a quick idea of a few of the best selling drones in this example, I've listed out a few below of the top 5. Yeah, but if you're if you're in a hurry, however, if you want to see some more details on the products, like the pros and cons, etc., then continue reading on as I'll go through exactly how to buy one, what to look out for, and all of the things that I found in my reviews. Okay, so you just keep it that simple. Now in the next following part, you just want to go on to after you've got the plugin, I wanted to keep that other one so you can visualize it. So let me actually just get it back up, because it helps you to visualize what I'm talking about here. Okay, so they've even got a drones review, so it's perfect to kind of explain. So after they get to this part here, we're now going to go, I go into explaining a buyer's guide. Okay, so what this buyer's guide is it's going to explain to them on how to buy it. Now, I saw a great example of this on a website, a competitor site of mine. So if we look at this website here, this is like the perfect buyer's guide. So I always do this. So this is the buyer's guide, how to pick the best dryer. Now, if someone's looking to buy something, you need to explain to them like what they need to look out for. So what are the things like durability, storability, high airflow, variable speed, non-heated air, quality nozzle, quietness, and then you explain why you're actually titling each of those. And then look, easy to clean air filters, horsepower, CFM, whatever that is, cubic feet per minute. See, so that's for a professional blow dryer for a dog, for a groomer. And then they go into the top 10, and I love the way that is. So what I do is I do that. So as soon as I get here, I explain how to choose the best product name here. Okay, and you put this in a H2 title, so that's like a H2 size title if you don't know what that is. So what you're going to do here, I've got an information there, is list out a few tips to help the reader make an easy buying decision. Your job here is to educate the reader about what separates a good product from a bad one. Okay, so if we take a look at the buyer's guide here, you can see be realistic, no, that's a quietness, no dryer will ever be quiet. A metal housing amplifies the noise a lot more than the polymer housing tends to absorb noise. Unless you go for a bad dog dryer, engineers, so they're comparing, they're telling them this is what's like realistic, and you know, unless you go for a bad one, blah blah blah, but this is what you need to look out for in a good one. Okay, so you're educating the reader, and that's what you need to do. It doesn't matter what product review you're doing, any product it is, you need to educate the reader on how to buy it in the first place. So what things do they need to look out for in order to make a decision when they get later to your products? How are they going to know what one is for them out of these 5 or 10 if they don't know what they're looking at? Like, they can look at the product, but they need to know exactly what one stands out for what their circumstances. Okay, and that's what you're going to educate them on. So I've given a few examples here where you can say, you could go over a few things such as durability, easy to clean, power, simplicity, and you can break up some of those images, some of the text with images. So if you're up here, this was where I didn't like it. It was very texty, especially if you look at this on mobile. I mean, like, this is going to look like very much a lot of text. Yeah. So look, if we take a look there, that's just pure text, like this, a lot of text. It's fine, but it can hurt your conversions, because if they come in and they're reading and they're reading and they're reading and they're reading and they're reading, and then they still haven't got to the products yet. That's why I've got my, I get this in quite early, you see, because if you read this, look at the difference. This is how, and I get high conversions on this thing. Yeah. So like, if someone's coming in on a mobile and they're like, boof, straight in, and you see how nice it looks on mobile. It looks really good. Yeah. So I recommend you check out that plugin below. But yeah, so you can see the difference. Okay. That's all I'm trying to show you here. But basically, what we're next doing is we're bringing them. So I would have brung them to this table, and they might ping off there, because there's a lot of people who just want to see quick. They're in a rush, they might be out somewhere, they just want to check it and they go off. So for those people, that's there. Now for the following people who want to know a little bit more about the product, we're educating them. So we're giving them an education so they can make a clear decision on exactly what they want. Yeah, so we want to make that decision as easy as possible for them. After you've done that, now you're going to go into the product reviews. Okay, so this might look a little bit confusing, but I'll explain it. So what this is you go into this next part here, which is going to be like your title of the top 10 best blah blah blah, whatever it is. Yeah, so we've already done it there, but we're going to do it like not again, we're going to do it in a different kind of variation here. So if it was top 10 drones for summer here, we might do top 10 best drones, okay, or best 10 drones for blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, so then and this gives you the chance to get another keyword in that's very similar, that might be getting a lot of traffic, so you can use different variations of keywords in your article. Okay, so here I've put share a brief explanation as to what the reader can expect in the following list. Okay, example, here we're going to dive into the top 10 product example for problem blah blah blah, whatever they have. Okay, each review will contain a list of pros and cons with a key benefit to each product in order to help you make a smooth and easy decision, so they feel at ease after reading this. In order to help in doing so, you'll figure out exactly which product is best suited for you and in your circumstance, in that sense. And then we go into this product review. Now I want you to pay attention to this, yeah, because I'm going to bring up an actual expanded view of this. Okay, so I have got an expanded view, and you will get these templates below this video. You'll be able to download them. Okay, so this is my perfect product review, like I created this. Yeah, so we've got the title of the product. So you see the title of the product, yeah, is going to be here. This is the product name. Okay, so if you're on Amazon, just say, like, if we're going to review a drone or whatever we're going to review, let's just take a look at these headphones. Okay, just this phone or whatever. Yeah, can I get to a phone, please? Okay, we're not going to get to a phone here. What I'm going to do is just actually click on one of their links. Okay, and we'll get to it there. What? Still couldn't get to. Just okay, perfect. So what I would do is, you don't want to take this big ugly headline, like it's way too much going on here. Yeah, so you want to find the actual name of the product inside of here, because all these other things are just keywords so they can rank on Amazon. So what we want to do is just get the first bit of the name. Okay, so this Potenzic upgraded A20 mini drone, that's going to be the name, and that's what's going to go there. Okay, and then next to it, you're going to put a hyphen, and you're going to put exactly, you're going to call out like who that's for. So if that's for, like, if it's a budget one, then you put best budget product on the list, like best budget product. Or if it's like one with, 1080p HD, full HD camera, then you're going to put high performing HD camera on the end. So what it is, the idea is, when someone comes through, they're like, oh, I'm on a budget, poof, that one's for me. That's the budget one. Can you see this one, like great for learning? And then they've got like plan your flight, or great for racing. So if someone wants to race, they're going to buy that one. If someone wants to learn and they're a beginner, they're going to buy this one. You see, so you can see how things change and how you improve exactly what someone your conversions based on that. Yeah, okay. Now the next thing you're going to explain, now you can understand, can you see this area here? is this, okay? That's this. So to the bottom where they click and whatever, it's all this, okay? So here you explain why the product is good and why it made it to the top rated list. Now you don't have to explain why it made it to the list, but you need to like kind of explain why the product is good. Like, so a few benefits, like, you know, blah blah blah, like this is why it's good and blah blah blah. And then you want to explain a key benefit about this product that's going to stand out to someone inside of this yellow box. And to give you an idea, this is the yellow box here. Look, you can see. So this is the yellow box. And in Gutenberg, it's very easy to actually, you know, color your boxes, or you can use a plugin for that. Okay, now after that, I want you to go into a few key features of the product. Okay, so all the nerdy stuff. So I want you to go into the numbers. Okay, so like exactly what the features are. Can you see this? Like features, altitude, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so like, and then after you've done that, you're going to do some pros and cons. So you've got here pros and cons. Now when you do your pros and cons, I've got a note here on that. So pros and cons, make sure these are good and bad points and not features or specs, because what some people will do is put as a pro 30 minutes charging time. Well, that's a feature of the product, you know, like I would put like, you know, able to charge fast. It's fast charging. Like that's a lot different to saying it's 30-minute charging time. Like that's giving a specific spec of the product. You just want to be very kind of almost vague, but kind of touching on benefits to it, like, you know, it's good for newbies, or, you know, this one's really good for racing, or blah blah blah. You know, it's look, built to withstand crashes, you know, lacks camera. So the good and bad points, it's just bad, good stuff, bad stuff. That's it. Keep it simple. And then at the end, they don't do this, but I like this and this works good for me. I want you to give your own personal kind of summary of what you think the product, you know. So I say overall, after, you know, checking out the review of this product, or after testing this product, if you're going to write on something you own, I found that, you know, the product is pretty good for beginners, although if you're quite advanced, it might not be the best option. You know, there's but if you'd like to see more details on this product, then you can check that out via the button below. You see, so, and you always want to, I use this wording because this site, you know, makes upwards of $40,000 per month. So I just use the exact same color tone. And the way I found that is by right clicking. If you right click and you click inspect, and then this is quite advanced stuff, but you click color and then you click that little box here, you can actually pick out the exact color they're using on those buttons. And that's how I use the color on mine. Let's see. So you click that and then you get the color code. You see that? So then you can input that color code into your button on your website and use it over and over again. And the reason why I recommend you using Gutenberg is because you can save the buttons and reuse them on several different sites. I'll be doing tutorials on that in future. Okay, so any kind of key benefits, I want you to really highlight it and, you know, let the reader know, let it jump out. You see, like this one, they don't have it. If you don't have a key benefit on it, don't highlight it. You see, so you don't have to, it's not mandatory. Okay, and when you write your content, I do not want you to focus on trying to do that coloring and all of that stuff. What you need to do is just write when you write. And I'm going to show you how I do that in a second. Now, what you do after that is you just repeat this structure, this product review structure, again and again and again for each product. So if you have 10 products, you just keep repeating that, okay, for 10 times. After you've done that, you do some FAQs. Now, what's interesting is you can put these in H3 or H4 heading tags, which is just smaller tags that go smaller title sizes below the H2 big ones. Okay. Now, what that allows you to do is to get some more keywords in there. And what's really good is if you go over to a site called Answer the Public, if we were talking about drones, this site basically gives you an expanded view of all the questions that people are asking online, like on Google, on YouTube, or wherever. Yeah. So whatever they're typing, this website gives you those questions. So if we go down to the bottom, you can see all these questions. And what you want to do is find like the H or something, you know, for how to or blah, 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 whatever people are asking. So this just, sorry, data. Then look, all these questions, these are keywords. So you can use these as headings, okay, inside of the question. So you can use these as your FAQ section. Yeah. Okay. So are drones waterproof? That's a good question. Yeah. Are drones illegal in the UK? And then you go and research and answer them. So just pick out about 3 to 5. And this will basically give you the chance of, look, this one gets 20 searches a month. This one gets 8,000 searches a month. So if you got that in your article a few times, you might potentially rank for that and start getting 8,000, potential searches per month to this article. Okay, so once you've got that all sorted and you've got your review here, you just conclude the section, and this basically needs to summarize the post and give enough of a benefit to any readers who scroll down, the reason to scroll back up. Okay, so what I guarantee that most of you do, even you who watching this, you might come into a page and go brrr, all the way down, see some colorful stuff, and you're like, okay, this looks quite cool. Like, you get a brief view, don't you? And then you're kind of like, okay, you might read this bit. Some people go straight to the conclusion. Now, below the conclusion, I always put a table here as well of 5. Okay, so if you have 10 at the top, say on this part, always put 5 at the bottom. Okay, 10 at the top, 5 at the bottom. If it's like a short article, don't put 10 at the top. If you're doing like the top 5, review, then just on the products, like they've done 10 every one, but just do like 5 here, 5 at the bottom. That works good as well, because it gives it doesn't, you don't want to give them too many options because they're going to get confused and they won't know what they want. Okay, so you want to keep it as basic and tunnel visioned as possible. Now, the way you get the good and bad points for the pros and cons, what you do is basically when you give your good points, you just come into the reviews. You just saw me click that button over there on the reviews up here. Okay, so click customer reviews. That takes me to here, and then I basically just read like 5-star reviews, and just see what people are saying. Like, there's so many people. Some people even lay out pros and cons inside of this section, so just read that. Now, when you want to get cons, there's a trick that I learned from Warren Wheeler. And what that is you want to go for 3-star or 4-star for the cons, okay? And the reason why is because these are bad, but they're not so bad that the person won't buy it, okay? So bad thing, oh, it's quite small, so you could put that like in one of the cons, oh, it's a bit small, when you get it in person. Boom, you've just got a con, or another con. Doesn't do flips. Like, that's for someone who's very advanced. If I'm flying a drone, like I just about flew my nephew's one on Christmas and lost it over some houses, so I don't want to do no flips or no fancy stuff. Doesn't do flips, can't really maneuver, or somersault or whatever you want to put. I don't know about drones. Okay, and if you want to check out this website, just go to 10beast.com. It's one of the best affiliate websites for product review articles, to give you an idea of, what you need to be doing. And you might see some of these sites that look really like, crappy, and they're product review and pushy and whatever. But I don't really find that with this, even though they're using buttons. It looks very professional, very nice and informational, and it works very good for like the tech kind of, niche. But then obviously if you're doing, look, they got kayaks on here, so there's no excuse. You can do it with anything. Crossbows, look, they got crossbows there. Now, I didn't like the fact, you see, this is a very old article, I can tell, because they haven't even got the new table on there. They got like the old school table. This is the old one, and you used to have to manually build this. That's why I say use the AAWP, because it just pulls it straight from Amazon. Okay, but look, you see here, they're not, it's just very like, that's like, okay, it's just a product, like that looks crap. I'd go and find like an image that actually has someone using the thing, so that's gonna really get people in. And if you want to kind of really understand how to get people in to read your intros, just ask them a question. Like, that is the most simple way of copywriting. Just ask them a question or something that's going to be on their mind. Look, hunting guns and dogs is in, but is it a stylish hunting crossbow to capture and hunt your trail camera? Let's see, question, yeah. And then they just, that when someone question opens the mind, so they have to close the question, they have to answer it, so they continue reading in order to get that answer. Okay, and then look, very detailed, very informational, nice boxes. If there's something negative, then put it in a red box. Pros and cons, you can see this is an old article because it's not the same as good as the new ones that they've got. So that's how I do that. Now, if we head over to my actual site, I just want to give you an idea of how I write this, because you might think, do I write it all like that or whatever? No, I don't. Like, so what I do is I actually just come into a post like this. I just want to make sure this is still recording, actually. Yeah. Okay. So I actually come into a post, I'll do my title, and then I'll do like my potential my subheadings. Okay. So if I was going to write best drones for 2019 or for beginners in 2019, whatever, I would basically go and do, I know that I'm going to come in with a buyer's guide not long after this. Okay, so I'd look at the template. I know that the plugin's going to go there, and then how to choose. So how to choose the best drone for summer or something like that. And that will be my buyer's guide. Yeah. Okay, so that will be a header. And then I would do like, you know, I don't know, durability. You go and research this stuff for whatever it is you're talking about, whatever product, okay? Speed, price, because no, don't do price. That's the worst thing you can do. You don't want to put price in there because that'll make them rethink things. They're going to overthink things too much, because they'll reconsider what they're spending. So for this one, look, let me give you an example. I do all of those subheadings basically. Yeah, I lay all of that out and then I put the content underneath and fill it out after. Okay, so if I know that, and how I find out how I'm going to write words and how many words I need to write, well, I use a tool called keysearch.co for that. So that actually tells me, it basically takes the top 10 ranking results and then it calculates, you know, what I need to be writing based on that. Okay, so if we're doing like best dog house for hot weather, that's 3,000 words I've put down. Well, that's because if I put that into this tool, I went to, you know, more tools, content assistant, I searched that, it says that 2,937 words gives me a competition score. I'm not on the keyword research bit, I'm just using this, and it also gives me questions. Like, so you don't have to use answer the public if you have this tool. You can use this all in one, which I recommend. This tool, you know, is a really good tool for affiliate writing. So your FAQs could be here, or potential subheadings and throughout your article could also be used as these as well. And then this shows you the actual top 10 ranking sites. So you can see their word counts. So 7,000 there on number 2, 1,800, blah, blah, blah. So it takes all of these and then adds them up and divides it by 10 because there's 10 different articles. Okay. And then that gives you that answer. 2,937 words. That's the average word count. So you want to always go a bit over that. So obviously that was 2,397. I done an extra 500. 3,000 words is a nice amount of words for this content. Okay, so when I do the images, I do not, like when you're writing, you need to be in flow state. So that means you can't be going off, getting images, coming back. You're going to take all day if you do that. Okay, so what you want to do is basically write your title. And then after you've done that, you just want to get straight into writing your content. So basically, once you've got your titles, you write content. So whenever I need to put an image somewhere, I don't get the image right now. When I'm in flow state of finding images and doing image research, I'll do that then. Okay, so for the moment, all I will do is basically just put in brackets, image goes here. Yeah, image of doghouse goes here or something. Then you can see my actual copywriting. This is my writing. Now, when you write, make no corrections, nothing at all, unless it's like something that just completely doesn't make sense. Then you need to rewrite it, of course. But spelling checks and all that stuff, do not fix them. You can see, look, I don't fix none of them. Like, I don't fix them until I copy it over to my actual website. Okay, now the reason why I'm using Google Docs is because computers crash. And if I do a type, it saves it automatically after every single change that I make. Okay, now Lsi keywords is things that you can put in. These are latent semantic index keywords, and what they are is just relative keywords that you can find again on this tool. If we come over here, it says the first page ranking results. So all of the top 10 websites have these words in common. Okay, so you can just use a couple of those and it shows you what sites have them. Like if you click it, it shows you, like, you know, all of the posts that have them in. Like, so 4 of the articles have this one word. Yeah, another whatever, how many have 5 of them, or whatever that is, 4 have this. You know, then look, 5 have this one. Dog houses, like 5 or whatever. Yeah, so you can see it's a very common words used amongst the top 10. So you want to put those in your post. And the way you can check if you've got them all in is basically, let's see, so this shows you entire database and all of that. But what you can do is you can paste your article in here after you've finished it. So after you've written your article, you can come over like the whole thing and you can paste it, and it shows you how many keywords you've got in there from this. You see, so I've actually got these, and I didn't even come over to the tool. And then it shows you like your word count. Look, if you made it, so I got 2,000 there because I haven't pasted the whole thing in. Yeah, I'm well over 3,000 in this article. But Yeah, see, so it shows you LSI keywords, what you got in, and this basically will make a difference to your on-page SEO. Now, when I do, the one thing that I do on side of when I'm writing the article is I do my outbound links inside of the article, and the reason why I do it on this is because Google Docs does a really good job at searching Google and finding relevant articles for whatever it is you're trying to link to. So say for example, if I was and the way you do your outbound links, it has to be related to tell Google what this is about. So I would find something to do with dog houses. So look, like dog houses, yeah, and I would press Command K on a Mac or Control K, and then just link to the first, not that one because that's like a affiliate post, yeah. So dog houses large to small, yeah. So that, apply, and you can see, look, it's linked to an authority website, Petco. Okay, so look, it's got that. It's pretty good. I mean, you wouldn't want to do it to that one specifically for this because you know it's another. You don't want people going off and buying it there. Okay, so you need to be careful. But anything to do with dog houses or kennel, look, overnight kennel. Okay, so you might do it for that. That's like to do with the dog house. Okay, so overnight kennel. And then rover.com is an official, website. So let's see what that is. And the reason why it's so good, look, if I put overnight kennel in here, you'll see that that website pop up. It actually searches Google for it. Look, so you can see rover.com, #1. You see that? So it actually does it from there. So you don't have to leave the article. Okay, so that would be like an outbound post. And I'll leave that. When you copy it over to your website, it will actually copy that in as well. Okay. And yeah, so basically once you've done your buyer's guide, you can see here that how I go into it. See, so I've got the buyer's guide, and then I will put down that's the title, best doghouse for hot weather, top 5 list, yeah. And then I'll go into my product review. That's this bit. You see this, like the product, that's that title there, #1. Okay, so you can see that's there, and then image goes here. That's going to be that image, this image here. And then I go into explaining about it. And then for this one, I done another image because it was very long. Like if this is really long, then you might want to put another image. And then here's a few specs, okay? And then pros and cons, and then my feedback. Overall, I'd say that this product is the best on the market for hot summer weather. If you're looking for a house that goes through all seasons, you may want to take a look at a few others on the list. If it's just summer you need, then this is the best choice. So I'm telling them, like, this is the exact one for summer. Like, don't look further, you know. But if you're looking for something that does all seasons, take a look at 3 of my others on the list, okay? Then I've got here, look, like this one, best for summer, okay? This one, like, you know, for large dogs. Someone comes in, I've got a big dog, what one do I buy? Well, that one there, you know. And then I just repeat it. Look, I just repeat that same process, you know. Get that. Now the way you get the specs is by going over to Amazon, and you simply get those specs off of Amazon. So if you go to a product, like say a dog dryer or whatever it is, yeah, if I wanted to do it for that, and you click this, well, the way you get the specs is you basically come over here, product dimensions. So you want all this nerdy stuff here, and the shipping weight. Okay, that's what I include. And also, what else? The way I select products, I think that's quite important for you to know. So I will type a product in here, wherever it is, and then I will basically come and click here, 4 stars and up. Now the reason why you want to only promote 4-star up products is because you don't want someone to land on it after coming from your nice, lovely blog, and then land on the product and like, oh, I'm not going to buy that. I'll go off today because that's crap. You know, like, you want to make it something that's a good product that does the rest of the selling for you. So then obviously by the time they land on it, they're like, yeah, I'm definitely buying this today because this is all set up correct. You know, so you want this product to finish the process, okay, every time, which will increase your conversions. If I send it to, like, say for example, like something like this, with 2 stars or something, you know, we can't even see those 2-star products. But if I send it to, can't even see it, but if I send it to like a crap product, they might bounce, you know, and not buy it, or click something and, you know, kind of say, I'll come back to it, you know, not really be that enticed. So you want to make sure that it's a 5, 4 or star or up product. Then you want to sort. I usually sort by, I try and get like $200 to $100 products. But if you can't get that, depending on what you're promoting, then that's fine. And then you want to basically go for the ones with good reviews, lots of them, you know, lots and lots of good reviews. So look, 4 stars, 978 reviews. That's a star product, banging product, I was going to say. And then we've got, like, you know, 346 reviews, good price range. You're going to get a nice commission on that, okay? In the dog niche, you get about 8%. So that's like, you know, roughly about, just say like $15 just on that one commission on that dryer. Okay. And I've actually ranked for this. Like, I'm not at the top yet, but yeah, I'm in the top 10. Okay. So yeah, you know, that's basically it. And the only thing you want to do as well for off page is your outbound links. Yeah. Okay. On this, like, extra additional, and you also want to get the Amazon links, because sometimes you get lost and not know what products you've kind of done. Yeah. Okay. I tend to do that, like, and just highlight that and put my affiliate link in there, my actual affiliate link to the product. Okay. And just leave that here, because that copies into your you know, website when you copy it over. But once you've copied them over, you need to make sure these are no follow. And if you don't know what that is, you can go Google that or YouTube it. Okay. But that's it. Very long video, but I wanted to go in depth on exactly how you do this. So I hope, you know, you was able to learn exactly what to do from this video. And if you do like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video if you like the video. Okay. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.